What's up, creepers and geekers? Chris, the Atari Creep. How's everyone doing today? We got some Atari VCS updates, more specifically the controller thingamajiggies. But before we do that, I want to talk about something else, something that I found was very interesting. Um, if you go over to Dell.com, Dell Computers, and type in Wii, you'll notice they are taking pre-orders, not selling, taking pre-orders for brand new Wii consoles that will be shipping out, estimate around July. Um, I don't understand this at all. Now, if you remember, say 5, maybe 6 years ago, I think it was right around the time that the PS4 came out, that a big warehouse supply of PS2s were found, brand new ones. And they were shipped out to, at least I know, Walmart, maybe even Target got some. I don't remember exactly who got them, but you were still able to go out and buy a brand new PS2. And I know a lot of people that went out there and did that and just stuffed it away in their closet and just leaving it be. I don't think this is the case here because of the whole pre-order situation. Maybe they're just taking orders to see, who's really interested in this or not. But either way, it's not showing shipment until July 18th-ish. And for 60 bucks, if you really wanted a brand new Wii packed in with Mario Kart, well, there you go. So let's click on the show more, and it just gives you the specs, everything that we already knew about the Wii. The only discrepancy here is they say white, and they show a stock photo of a black one. So nothing really too much to say there. I just found it interesting. Hey, as low as $20 a month if you apply for their credit, you could get this thing. So it would take you, 2.5 payments to get the damn thing? But either way, I mean, if you're really interested or in the market for a brand new Wii and you just want to snuggle that away for a little while in hopes that it becomes a super duper collectible, there you go. Go over to Dell.com and you can snag yourself a brand new Wii. So, on to the Atari VCS. Now, before we talk about this, let me just get something out of the way. We've been talking about this for so long now. We all understand each other's likes and dislikes, our positives, our negatives, our concerns, whatever. All right, that's old hat now, okay? It's old. You guys know how I feel about it. I know how you feel about it. But since I said I would talk about this as things come up, I'm just going to talk about it as if it's a thing, okay? Regardless if I feel like it's coming out or not, regardless if you feel like it's coming out or not, whether you're for it, against it, or indifferent like I am in general, I'm just waiting to see how it unfolds and maybe push forward with it in the future should it become something. I just want to get that out right away. All right, we've heard it, okay? Enough. It's beating a dead horse. But we have some updates on stuff that we supposedly already had pretty locked in stone, and they're going to talk about the peripherals, meaning their controllers. I don't know why they call them peripherals. I guess a controller is a peripheral. I would say it's part of the system. But regardless, I'll leave links to everything I talk about down below. I'm just going to skim over it. No point in me reading all this because I'm not the greatest reader on camera. But either way, so they go on to show some, well, I'm assuming it's computer-generated images of things we've already seen. Their modern controller as well as their classic controller. Then they talk about the actual classic controller itself and show a picture of what's not actually a classic controller. It's just the idea of one. It's not a true CX40 in my opinion, but if it is to you, fine, that's cool. I don't care. And then it goes on to show one of their employees or developers or whatever the heck he is showing off his tattoo, which is a nice touch. I'll give him that. They call it this guy named Power A's. If you know anything about him, cool, whatever. But they're showing his tattoo of a CX40 joystick to push forth that we're really into this and we're really behind it and the passion and all that stuff. So they go on to talk about it. They show more pictures here. Now, you'll notice in this picture here, the two bottom ones, left and right here, there's a couple of differences from what we've already seen, and we'll get to that here in a second. And they talk more about how cool they are and how they want to add a modern twist. Now, what do they mean by that? They are adding a paddle functionality to the joystick itself. Again, moving forward as if it's a thing, not giving my opinion, negative or positive, that is a really cool touch. I really do enjoy that. Now, how that would work if you were using this with the PC, I don't know. Because I know there's an analog versus digital thing with actual hardware. I don't know how that would translate into emulation. but they're saying it should be able to work with that as well as, of course, their console or any classic games that you would have within. And then they show this little button here on the bottom left corner. I don't have my mouse able to be shown on the screen. I don't know why. But they also show here the LEDs, and as you move the joystick, the LEDs will chase it. They're adding a rumble feature to it. They're adding a rumble feature to the joystick, which I suppose is cool enough. When we go back to talking about the Intellivision Amigo, one of the things that they were talking about was putting this light system in the console that will flash all over the place as actions happen on the screen. And to me, that would be a distraction. They're talking about, as well as the rumble feature in the joystick, that the lights on the joystick will also flash and sync with that. I don't know how cool I am with that at all. That would be more of a distraction than anything, especially with games such as Atari style games, especially once they start ramping up, you know. Maybe there's a way to turn it off like you can with the Intellivision Amigo. Amico. I gotta remember to call it Amico. But either way, I mean, rumble feature, they're adding a little bit of lights to it. And here's a nice little demonstration as you move the joystick back and forth. The light will chase it, whatever. That's neat. And I notice how they keep talking about the legendary red fire button. As far as I'm concerned, it's orange. Isn't it supposed to be orange? I don't know. That's neither here nor there, I suppose. But as we scroll down, you'll see they added another one. And apparently this is in case your thumb starts getting tired, you can use it like a trigger button. I like that. You know what? Out of anything that they're coming out with, I think this joystick might be one thing I pick up. I've been thinking about getting a USB classic joystick style thing to play here on this system for when I play games in my emulation, for you guys mostly. This supposedly will work with all that, whether I use it Bluetooth or plug it directly in USB. And I really do, you know, I'm actually 100% behind this joystick, hoping that it comes out. Because if anything, even if the console bombs, I think this joystick could be a real heavy seller if they do it right. So they don't really go on talk about anything else other than you can connect it to modern things as well as the console itself. And then they talk about their modern controller. They hint to the fact that they basically use that Control A guy's collection of controllers, his Xbox stuff, and say, why mess with something that already works? So they emulated or copied the Xbox One, Xbox 360 style controller, which I'm fine with. It's a comfortable controller. And in this modern console war, I would say Xbox wins as far as the controller is concerned. I do think this has a great look. It feels like Atari. Should Atari have continued on and continued to make modern stuff? I really like the aesthetic of it. Now, would I ever have one? I don't know. If I ever got the system, obviously I would. Now they go on to more, they talk about, you know, this is a home button and this is where the USB is. We all know this stuff. If you ever held a controller in your life, you know what all this stuff means. So that is really all I have to say about any of that. So, pre-orders on brand new Wii systems and controller updates. I'm really behind the joystick itself, if not anything else from this whole Atari VCS debacle. And it's pretty interesting. Now, I will say, like I said in some of my last ones when they were updating the console itself, it's a little late for that, guys. But it seems like they're pushing it in the right direction, at least when it comes to the joystick. I can remain very positive with that. So, guys, with all that information, go ahead and leave feedback. Thumbs up, thumbs down. All feedback to the Creep is positive. What are your thoughts? Go ahead and tell me anyway. I know I'm going to get a lot of, this thing's a scam. It's a scam. I'm going to beat a dead horse. It's a scam. All right, fine. It's a scam. I don't care. No, I know it's coming up. Okay, cool. Okay, we get it. But either way, go ahead and leave your thoughts down below because it's always interesting to read and everything, guys. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I need to get more listening to me. It's too early for this shit, but I want to get this out as soon as I can. So, guys, until next time, take care. Keep it real. And bye-bye.